Ladies and gentlemen, now today our glorious overlords over at Kabam have bestowed upon us the patch notes for the February update, and it's looking better than January, although that is a very low bar of comparison. I'm quite excited for February because there's a lot of different stuff going on. We got champion buffs, 2 new characters, all the Valentine's Day stuff, and the Lunar New Year event as well. So hopefully it should be a very, very good month. So anyway, let's talk about the 2 new characters. We got 2 new Fantastic Four villains here. We've got Psycho Man and also Super-Skrull. And I imagine a lot of you out there are like, who are Psycho Man and Super-Skrull? Because again, they're not the most mainstream Marvel characters out there. So Psycho Man, to summarize, is a very small man in a mechanical suit, and he is a box, and that box has some buttons on it. It has a button fear, doubt, and hate, and he can basically use this to control people's emotions. So that's Psycho Man for you. He's a very small man, microscopic on his scale. However, Super-Skrull is basically a Super-Skrull who's infused with all of the powers of the Fantastic Four. So you can see here, man, the model looks really, really good. This boy is hench. He's been hitting the gym during lockdown. He's got literally Thing's arms as well. So the fact that this Skrull has all of the powers of the Fantastic Four, but apparently every single one of his powers is stronger in comparison to that of the power level of the Fantastic Four. So his fire is even more intense than Human Torch, and his strength is even more than Thing. So yeah, in the comics, I believe this guy is incredibly overpowered, but because he's so good in the comics, he's going to be absolutely trash in this game. And the man with the emotion box, I think, is going to be easily beyond God tier, according to Kabam scaling and logic. But I'm really excited to see the animations for both of them. Again, I think they both seem like very cool and interesting characters. Super-Skrull, again, having the most potential to be a just really, really interesting addition to the game. But the fact that Psycho Man as well is a tech champion, and we haven't had a new tech champion since Guardian, could also be very, very promising. So yeah, I'm a little bit interested to see, you know, how both of these characters turn out. But also on top of that as well, we've got the Love Is A Battlerealm 4 event. So we've had these for the last a couple of years in Marvel Contest of Champions. So they're always a really fun time, have some pretty decent rewards as well. I think generally speaking, these offer like a pretty good amount of the shards, and also usually give like a legendary crystal. But also I'm curious this year, like how the rewards are going to be buffed up. I think they were okay last year, nothing amazing, at least to the best of my memory, but the year before for the current state of the game were pretty good. However, one thing that makes me a little bit curious, especially with having the December event and Cavalier crystals being added to that event for the very first time, there are going to be the return of Shattered Heart crystals. And again, if these are at the Cavalier level for like Cavalier and Thronebreaker players, this could be a really, really good month depending on the amount that you can gain and whether or not they are available. So again, the additional stuff we're going to see is the Valentine's Day calendar, the Shattered Heart crystals. There's also going to be additional stuff in Arena as well. I think even more like Shattered Heart crystal shards there, and there's also going to be Valentine's cards as well. I think these have usually been done in the Lunar New Year event, but basically you send out some Valentine's cards that grant Shattered Heart shards, and gifting counts towards solo events, so don't hold back. However, again, we thought this one, I think it was a year or two, was going to be a paid event, but it was entirely free via the login calendar and also earning them in the game. So yeah, I think this is like free Valentine's gifting here, and again, I don't think the packages were that great, but they were like a nice little bonus on top of everything as well. And on top of that, we've also got the return of the Lunar New Year event, and this is the one I think I was thinking of when it came to gifting there, because usually you send out like the lesser envelopes and these contain like crystal shards and gold, but this one, if you're really lucky, can be very, very nice for units as well. So yeah, this is just like a nice little bonus. I don't think there's a side event here. There is an Alliance Lunar New Year gifting event as well, and again, this gifting event should be free, so I'm not too sure if they're going to do this one like paid or you need to use your units, but hopefully both of these gifting scenarios and events are free ones within the game, because I think after Christmas gifting again, nobody's keen for another like spend lots of money gifting event. So yeah, we'll see what happens there, man. I'm a little bit curious. But again, it does look like there is going to be a fair amount of free stuff throughout the month of February. So hopefully in comparison to January, it's going to be a little bit better and a little bit more exciting. However, we don't know, again, exactly how good all of this stuff is going to be until it does land in the game. But yeah, I'm hoping it does live up to a decent expectation there. There's also going to be special objectives as well throughout the month, and all summoners are going to get a 3-star version of Psycho Man, and then you use this Psycho Man to complete solo objectives, and you gain special rewards, exclusive profile pictures, and self-love boost, which you can use in Love Is A Battlerealm 4 as well. But also on top of that, we do have the 4 champion upgrades. So Terax, Mole Man, Kingpin, and Yellow Jacket are being updated, I believe, on either Monday or Tuesday. So again, we've only got a few days now till all 4 of those buffs go live, man. And I'm really excited to see which ones are going to be really good, and maybe like which 1 or 2 are really going to miss the mark and be very, very underwhelming there. But hopefully, man, all 4 of them are like absolutely amazing, kind of like high demigod tier plus champions. So yeah, I'm very, very curious. I can't wait for the Mole Man buff, man. I'm really curious to see like what stuff is coming there as well, because he's such a cool character, has some really awesome animations. But yeah, we should find out some more information on that stuff very, very soon as well. Then for bug fixes and improvements, so now class catalyst selectors will now display the player's inventory of full catalyst or fragments on the selection screen. So this is really, really good. There is nothing worse than opening a selector and thinking like, damn, I didn't check my inventory, man. I have no idea like what I've got and what I need off the top of my head. So that's a really nice change there. There's also the new class and challenge buffs for Cavalier difficulty. And again, we went through these the other day. I think some are going to be improvements. Some of them are going to be a little bit more annoying, but it also does depend on your roster. But these buffs are going to rotate every I think like 4 months moving forward. So example, if you ranked up like Luke Cage or Angela for the current set of buffs and they've been doing work for the last like 2-3 months, again, those buffs and nodes are going to be coming back and used in the future as well. But again, you might need to rank up some different champions for this one, so they really are pushing people to expand out their rosters a fair bit there, which is a little bit annoying considering that they aren't updating or improving the rewards as well. So there's definitely been a very mixed reaction to that. And again, I think it's still very silly that they show kind of no willingness to actually buff Cavalier rewards. And then aside from that, just bug fixes, like generally speaking, I don't think anything too noteworthy for the most part. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited for the February update. I'm curious to see how rewarding the side events are going to be. Again, we don't have like a traditional like side event with this one, which I think is going to be nice because it's not going to be as grindy, I think. But we are going to have the Love Is A Battlerealm event to do. I imagine, what is it? Not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after the 11th. So hopefully that should be a really fun time and also have some really good rewards as well. I said the 11th there. I'm looking at the calendar. It's actually the 10th. Sorry, man. I was getting my dates a little bit mixed up. But it's the second Wednesday of the month that this one should be going live there. But yeah, I like the artwork, man. It seems like a really, really cool time. I'm curious to see if they are going to have like a level of elevated difficulty and what the rewards are going to be for the highest difficulty in this event as well. So I think this month should have some good stuff. I am a little bit concerned, again, there's no like big content release, there's no like new variant or piece of Act 7 just yet, or kind of like big endgame challenge. So I think in comparison to previous months, it's going to be a little bit more on the quiet side. But again, hopefully there's enough to kind of keep people occupied and entertained, and fingers crossed that the new characters, man, are going to be really fun to play and very exciting as well. I think Super-Skrull does have a huge amount of competition in the Cosmic class, especially with like Cosmic Ghost Rider being released just a few months ago, man, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is just absolutely broken, whereas Psycho Man, again, it's been a very long time since we've had a flood of new tech champions. Guardian was like, what is it, it's like 8-9 months ago now, and before that, Warlock, I think, was the last tech champion before him. So historically, tech champions, again, have been a little bit rare in the last couple of years, but whenever they've dropped, they've been really, really good. But thinking about actually, sorry, it was Warlock, then Guillotine 2099, and then Guardian. So yeah, the last 3 tech champions have all been absolute bangers. So this man certainly does have a a lot to live up to there, and yeah, I'm a little bit curious to see his animations and how he's going to play out, but I must also admit, I think Super-Skrull is going to be the better looking character out of the two, especially if he's got some very flashy animations, because yeah, there's going to be some insane stuff that they could potentially do with him, having all of the powers of the Fantastic Four as well. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this event does play out, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on February's update, and if you did enjoy today's breakdown, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Aside from that, thank you all very much for watching, take care, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.